Bam, we're live. Holy fuck, stock market falling. Is it? Someone was just telling me last night, yesterday at the jiu-jitsu tournament that all the big players have sold off all their major stock. Like Bill Gates is like out of Microsoft. I don't know if that's true. I've heard that a few times. And I heard that Buffett had sold and was sitting on cash. Except on taking Pepto-Bismol. I don't even know what that is. Isn't that what you is that the thing plop plop fizz fizz? Oh, what a relief it is. Yesterday morning, I was in Sacramento, California, which is about 2 hours from my house. I went up Saturday night. Uh, Stayed at a Hilton. I had points, so I could stay for free. Cost $60 to park the car. $60 to valet the car. I pulled up. There's no sign that it's a Hilton. It just says like the Range Bar and Grill. There's two valet guys out front. Fat Mexican guy, skinny white guy. Mexican guy has, big old holes in his ears. I pull up. They're just sitting there. They don't come up to the car. I'm tripping. I used to valet cars. That's how you make your money. You just go up and you be nice to people. Good morning, Mr. Lange. Good morning. That's how you make your money. The car pulls up and you just roll right up to it and smile and try to be of assistance. And you, no one pulls up. I have my two boys in the car. I have myself in the car. My wife and Avi stayed home, and I'm completely, useless by myself without my wife. My wife's the one that, like packs the toiletries and makes sure there's socks and shoes in the car and shit like that. So I'm already kind of like freaked out that I'm on my own. I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do on my own? Like, what am I going to feed him at night? Like, just open a bag of salami? Like, what am I going to do? Anyway, so I get there, and no one goes up to the car. So I park the car, and I get out of the car, and I walk over. I'm parked in the valet, but I got to walk 30 feet over to the guys. I'm like, hi. And then they're like, they turn on. They're like, hi, how are you? Can we help you? And like, I've already been sitting in my car for 2 minutes waiting for them to come up to the car. Nothing. And so I get all the stuff out of the car, and I asked the guy, I said, hey, where's the hotel? And he goes, you're here. And there's a bunch of different doors. And I go, okay. And I'm looking around, and one's like a bar and grill, and one says Good Range something, and one says, and none of them say hotel, motel, or Hilton. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, which set of doors? And he points to them. I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you. So I get all the stuff out of the car. It's clear that I have so much stuff that it's like it's going to be almost impossible for me to carry. I'm waiting for him to roll out a cart or something or offer to help or something. Nothing. And I say, hey, he goes, do you want a valet? And I said, well, where's your parking lot? And he points to it, and it's across the street. And I said, okay, how much to park over there? And he goes, $40. And then he goes, or I can park it for you for 58. I said, okay. So I let him park it. And he goes, hey, to get the car back in the morning, you got to download an app. And I'm like, I'm hating life now. I have to download an app in order to call my car back up in the morning. Is that like, am I just old or is anyone else like that? I don't want another app on my phone. I don't want to call a valet app on my phone. I have to download another app. He's like, download this app and then sign in. And I'm just like, and I'm tuned out. Sevi, I wouldn't be surprised if several people check this episode out to hear you take on Killer and Kill Taylor video. The comments are plenty on that video. Yeah, downloading the app's retarded, right? I want to explain shit, this camera's falling. Actually, I don't want to. So I'm at the hotel. So we get there, and we go to the front desk, and the front desk lady's super nice. She's so huge that it's like a scene, right? She's a 475-pound woman. Her face is so big. Asian lady. Her face is so big. It's like it's unreal. Uh, it's unreal. Very sweet. Um, but it's a scene. But she's so big. It's a scene. You know when someone's so big, it's like a scene. You're like, wow, that's like wow. Um, and she tells me way too much information. That's fine. She's being sweet. We go up to our room. Room's nice enough. It was a king suite. Only one towel in the bathroom, so I got to call for more towels. That's a little weird. But the room was nice. The AC and the heat worked good. It wasn't too loud. Um, it had a pull-out sofa, but we didn't use it. I wish I would have used it. Me and the two boys piled into the king. The- They're basically the whole night. They're like sleeping on top of me. They're like little boys are like furnaces. Like they're just pouring sweat and like I think they sleep like dogs. You know what I mean? Like at 109 degrees or whatever. I woke up like every hour pushing someone's knees out of my rib. I had a blast with them though. We had fun. We went to the restaurant, ate that night. We all ordered meatballs. That's it. 4 meatballs, $25. That's fair. I'm not gonna complain about that. Whatever. Um, One of my sons didn't finish his meatballs. I felt obligated to eat them because they were 25 bucks for 4. I didn't eat the bread. The bread looks so good. I go into this restaurant in the hotel and I'm like, "Hey, well, we're here to have dinner." And they're like, "Do you have reservations?" And I'm like, "No." The restaurant is like 10% full. 10%. And he's like, "Oh, okay." It's a fucking hotel restaurant. And you want me to have reservations? It's a fucking Hilton. This isn't the Four Seasons. And even if it was, like, how about you just accommodate? So he hems and haws about sitting us down. We sit down and eat dinner. The restaurant never got more than 10% full. 25 dollars for meatballs. Yeah. I mean, the cloth napkins, yo. Cloth napkins. Cloth napkins. So I'm already, but this is, by the way, this is about as far as I'll drive for a jiu-jitsu tournament. It was 104. I want to say it was 114 miles from my door to the tournament, or 124 miles, something like that. There's tournaments all over the place every weekend, somewhere in the world. These big ones. It's called IBJJF, International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation. They have them like Japan, Europe, Vegas, Florida, all over, just everywhere. South America, just everywhere. I guess they don't have them in Mexico anymore. So in the morning, I go downstairs to get the car. I don't download the app. I just go down there and I find the valet guy. I give him my name. He punches it into his little computer. I give him $5 and I said, "Hey, I'll be down in 5 or 10 minutes." And I'm going to give him another $5 when I get there, right? But when I get down there, he's not there to he's not there to help, so he doesn't get that $5, the second $5. What do you tip a valet guy? I figure $5 or $10. When I was a kid, it was $1 to $5, right? I called my wife, was telling her about the whole thing. She's like, "Well, at least we got to use Hilton Honor Points." Yeah. Breakfast was good. Crazy, crazy. Breakfast was amazing. Uh, Female black waitress, tiny waist, huge ass, broad shoulders, insanely beautiful face, so sweet. Kept telling the boys, "You're the nicest kids I've ever served." Boys are just complete gentlemen to her. Is there a poop bucket in your car? No, no, no. $20 for valet, huh? $5 isn't money nowadays, Sevon. You're getting old. Yeah, yeah. I, you know, I'll take that feedback. I got asada fries in San Diego last week. They were $20 some on bucks. Yeah, what did I buy the other day that was 17? I bought a sandwich for one of the kids and it was $17. Just a turkey avocado sandwich, 17 bucks to go at a deli. Not like a fancy, Italian or Jew deli or Irish deli, just like a chain deli store. One sandwich, 17 bucks. I guess that's the way it is. Off the beaten path too, not like a place with great ambiance or anything. Just a total, just in a strip mall that no one goes to. Like a strip mall that has like a tattoo shop, a koi pond expert, and a doctor's office, and a sandwich shop. Oh, and a FedEx. Anyway, so we go to the tournament. One of the best kids in the world is there, and the way these tournaments go, in my oldest, in the heavier twins bracket, there's a kid there who's one of the best in the world. He won the last tournament, and he's the only one in the weight class. And it's a one and done tournament. So if you lose once, you're out. It's not double elimination. It's just you fight and keep fighting until you lose. But there's only one kid in his bracket, one of the best kids in the world. They fight. It's a war. My son fights the best he's ever fought. He wins. He won 7-0. And and that was that. And Ari took second. Ari's first match was against the best kid in the division. He won, and then he lost to a kid he had already beat before. He lost by an advantage to 0. And for those of you who know jiu-jitsu, that means no one scored any points. The kid went for a submission, didn't get it, but you get like a advantage, drove home, felt pretty good. The jiu-jitsu tournament is so stressful. Very different than going to a tennis tournament. I keep catching myself holding my breath. Yeah, Joseph. Joseph's an absolute monster. No, I don't know if I would say now he's best in the world, but there's probably like 5 or 10 kids who are pretty amazing. Second is solid in a single elimination, kind of, but there were only 4 kids in his bracket. And what sucks is the kid he fought in the finals, the kid Ari fought in the finals, he'd beat easily before. Not to get too much into the minutia, but he shot for a double and it was sloppy. It's basically you go and try to tackle the kid's legs and throw him on the ground, and it was a horrible timing. And the kid sprawled on him and held him down for 2 minutes. And then Ari got on top and mauled him, but couldn't get any points. Excuse me. On the way home, I saw the hockey news and I saw Mexico is burning. That's pretty crazy. I can't tell. I really can't tell if the Mexico shit is serious, because I saw a post that said that there were 5 disinformation accounts that bots were running that were completely blowing the story out of line. I was reading a story about it, and I'm seeing a bunch of shit burning, but it doesn't look like Minneapolis or anything. It doesn't look like our George Floyd riots. I can't tell how much of it is hype and how much of it is real. Of course, the cartel guy that was shot, basically what happened, for those of you who aren't following the story, is I guess there was a cartel guy called Mencho, Mencho, Mencho. And he was shot, and it's hard to tell by reading the stories whether they're rioting because he was shot or if it's rival gangs now trying to get the pole position, get the leadership position, now that there's a vacuum in the leadership. But it sounds like that they're fighting. I would say that those gangs are fighting. And what's funny is when I looked this guy up, of course, this guy, this cartel leader, who was, I saw somewhere he was running a $6 billion operation. Who knows? I don't know how they figure that out. But of course, he's been in U.S. jail before for 3 years. He's come to the United States illegally several times. He lived in San Francisco in the late 80s and early 90s. Of course, right? course, of course, of course. One of the news outlets I was listening to said that an airliner was set on fire on a tarmac. That's pretty gnarly. But I never saw any video footage of that. I just saw some buses burning and smoke coming from cities. I did see a wide shot of a Costco burning in Mexico, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, I've been on X, but I can't tell. I can't. Have you not been on X? How many people there on the ground showing shit is burning? Costco, gas stations, closing highways. I know, but like I see that shit. I see that shit in the United States all the time. Like in San Jose, like mobs of fucking Free Palestine people getting on the freeway and LGBT. I mean, I can't tell if I'm seeing the same 6 shots over and over and over again. You know what I mean? I just can't tell. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I know. I wasn't aware there was even a Costco in Mexico. Yeah. Uh, Trump has told us. Trump has told us on a few occasions, I recall, that Scheinbaum, Mexico has a female Jewish president, socialist, bizarre. Um, that she's not running the country, that the cartels are, and she's terrified of them. So, yeah, and I've heard this too. Pulse SC. The Mexican president said yesterday that it would be outside the framework of the law to go to war with cartels, aka she's own. Not that you want to hear from a president. That's not what you want to hear from a president. I heard her say a couple months ago, um, something very similar to that. That they're not interested in standing up against the cartels. This is a great question. Who stands outside of Home Depot in Mexico looking for work? That's a great question. On a side note, I want to talk about Gavin Newsom today, US hockey. US hockey. The women won too, right? The women aren't getting a lot of press. The women won also. The women won the gold. Women's hockey. Women's tournament final gold event. United States wins gold. Yeah, the women won too. I haven't heard anything from them. I haven't seen any I didn't see anything on X about the women winning. Is it a big deal that the women won too? I know the men haven't won since 1980 when they beat the Russians. Good point, Mr. Lange. I would have to think that they're standing up to cartel, seeing they took out 8 cartel leaders yesterday. Maybe they're running social media disinformation. Yeah, one of the sites I was seeing was saying that there's so many bots that the cartel runs, and they were showing the stats on these channels about how the bots were commenting in certain threads in order to elevate them. I don't know. I don't know how complicated it gets. I don't know if there's rival cartels and one of the cartels told her, "Hey, we have to take out this cartel." And she's in on it, you know? 46-year drought for men with no gold medal in the Olympics in hockey. Those guys were pumped. Man, so many clips. Those guys were pumped. Going back to that other comment about Hiller and Kill Taylor, there is a show scheduled for later today on the CF network. Andy Hiller cancels Kill Taylor. Maybe there'll be some information over there. Yeah, I'm totally okay with Cash going. I mean, I don't know much about it. I just saw him like in the locker room with the guys. I think that's totally cool. Why isn't it cool? Is there a reason why it wouldn't be cool? I'm not a huge fan of the Olympics either, and, like, I honestly, I don't care that the hockey team won or lost, like, it means nothing to me. I'm happy for them, and I'm happy that they're happy, but I'm not that kind of, patriot, you know what I mean? I'm not like a Hulk Hogan patriot. I'm not a, I'm not that kind of patriot. I mean, I think it's cool with the Air Force One doing the flyovers over NASCAR and kind of the emotion that it invokes, and I like the jets flying over stadiums but I'm not really that kind of patriot. Yeah, I wish I oh, yeah, I'm not. I think I'm too smart for that. Or maybe it's my liberal roots, you know what I mean? Being a liberal, I was really pounded it was really pounded into me, USA bad and, flag bad and God bad, and, like, all those things are just pounded into you very subtly, nonstop every single day. And so, maybe that's why I have this greater appeal to, what I like about the US is the forefathers and the Constitution. Oh, you shed tears yesterday, wow. Yeah, your California showing, yeah, totally. 100%. I couldn't even tell you where the Olympics, are being held. I don't even know where they're being held. Are they in Paris or Tokyo? I don't even know where they're being held. I don't know where I didn't even know the Olympics were going on, I don't think. Hockey gold was dope as fuck. Yeah, I mean, I like seeing the guys get excited. Oh, they're in Mexico. No shit. Is that true? They're in Mexico? They're in Italy? Same thing, right? Isn't Mexico just a city inside of Italy? Oh, you're joking. Oh. Oh, they are in Italy? Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know that. No clue whatsoever. Why are yeah, I guess what people are saying that, it's bad that Cash Patel was there because, I was surprised he was there. I was surprised to see him, like, dancing in the locker room. Let me see, I have some clips of it. Let me see if I can find it. I was surprised he was there. Are people saying that it's bad he was there because, people are being kidnapped and shit? And, like, he should be working on the Guthrie case or Tyler Robinson or, like, that's not his lane? Like, what's the deal? Why is it bad that he's there? What I'm sure it's all from the left, right? I listened to, Trump call the hockey. Oh, yeah, this was crazy. You know what? But part of the thing with the hockey thing is I would have loved to have watched that game. When I heard that the game was on at 8, I thought it was 8 PM, and I thought I would be back Sunday at 8 PM to see it, and when I was driving home from the tournament, I heard the news say that US Hockey had won. I was like, "Oh, shit, I missed the fucking game." It sounds like it was insane, right? Did it go Strickland? I love Fluffy Hernandez. I mean, I like Strickland more. There was an insane UFC fight Saturday. When I go to these fights, when I take my kids to fights, I know how hard my kids work. So just to give you an idea, my kids will at 9 a.m. this morning, at 9 a.m. this morning, my kids will fight till 10:30. An instructor will come to the house. We have a full jiu-jitsu room, and they'll fight for 90 minutes. Then at 2 o'clock, they'll go fight again until 3 o'clock. Then at 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, they'll go play tennis. And then from 5:15 to 6:15, they'll fight again. And it's like that almost every single fucking day. And outside of the fact that I'm just a grown ass man, my 9-year-old can beat me up. Obviously, I'm a grown man, so I could just fucking pick him up and like throw him out the window or something. But if I get on my knees and I start fighting with them, like I would have to like, I you don't there's you just He's such a good fighter, it's fucking absolutely nuts. If he gets you, you're fucked. And he's so strong and he CrossFits and his gymnastics are absolutely insane. Um, all my kids now have strict bar muscle ups, and 2 of them can do multiple, strict, ring muscle ups. They're squatters, cleaners, and then they go fight these fucking kids, and in my mind, I'm like, "How could anyone beat them?" And fucking they have wars. So I just think, "Wow, these other kids must be working really hard too." How do you beat someone who trains that much? But the other kids must I'm just like, I guess I should ask the parents, like, "How much do your fucking kids train?" I don't know how much more my kids can train. And it's and all their training is with intentionality. It's like 75% focus and I mean, they make the other kids look like fucking idiots. And 25% having fun, playing grab ass. I mean, it's like a really high ratio of focus. But, you go somewhere and there's the other kids are the competition is stiff. I don't know. I should find out. I should ask all start asking all the parents, "Are your kids homeschooled? Like, how the fuck are they like this?" And Monday isn't like some today, that schedule I told you today, it's not like, and I'll probably squeeze in some CrossFit stuff there, some rope climbs and some squatting, some, toes to bar. But not really like a program CrossFit style, but more program like bodybuilding style. Like, like 6 toes to bar on the minute for 10 minutes or 10 toes to bar on the minute for 5 minutes, shit like that. Um, but how? One kid said to my son, Ari, he goes, these kids are 9, mind you. He goes, "Wow, you're the strongest kid I've ever felt." Ari told me he wanted to say so bad, "No shit." He just said, "Oh, thank you." Lots of tears at the tournament. Lots of tears at a kids fighting tournament. Uh, I don't know. This story is just hearsay. Oh, maybe I could pull it up. But something really weird is happening in California. Calif I don't know what you mean by split. Um, but I have seen I know that these are just this is just my 2 cents. Everywhere in the space, it looks like numbers are falling viewership numbers, and Hiller puts viewership over everything. Like that is his primary thing. Clicks by any means necessary. He'll tell you that by any means necessary. Accusing Tia of doing steroids, like anything. Like that's like his number. That's his North Star. It does not. Nothing seems to matter. His words, not mine. Maybe he'll correct the record. He's been very, very, very clear that it's numbers and clicks above everything. And I've been very clear that that's not my North Star, and we've never had an issue with that. We've just talked. I mean, he does him. Completely support him. I'm excited by his prolific output. Um, and but there's definitely lines I would not cross, and I was very clear about that in the past. I wouldn't. Even when he made the Tia videos, I think I had him on the show. You can go back years ago and I'd be like, "Hey, dude, that wasn't cool. That's not cool accusing," because you know that's the worst thing you could say about someone is not in our space is not that they have a fat ass or not that they're buck tooth or not that they're competing overweight or not that they're competing underweight or not that their coach sucks. The worst thing you could say, it's tantamount to accusing a um, preschool of having a pedophile teacher. You know what I mean? It's like once you go there, that school's tainted. Like it could be the best preschool in the world. If I hear that there's a pedophile teacher there, it's going to be even if it's complete bullshit, it's going to be really hard for me ever to send my kid there. You know what I mean? And so I think that that is the best thing to show what he's willing to do and for views and clicks. He knows, we all know. Just type in CrossFit steroids and those will be all the biggest videos in the space, whether they're from Hiller or from anyone. Just go to YouTube and type that in. That's it. Those are the ones. And then maybe second to that is like people like, you know, Dan Bailey doing Grace in under a minute, you know. Those are maybe there's a Lazar death video in there too. You know what I mean? And so he's a views guy. He's a numbers guy. And he's very honest about that and very direct and whatever I think he sees the numbers in the space dwindling for everybody, and he is he's whatever the opposite of lazy is. Hiller's the opposite of lazy, and so he's doing anything he can in order to maybe reinvent himself, reinvigorate himself. He's just doing whatever he can to get views. Sevon, it's I'm projecting. Sevon, it's called projecting, accusing someone of a negative, not the best tactic for an argument. I don't know. I don't mean to be, I don't know. It's called projecting. I don't know what you're saying. I want to know what you're saying, but I don't know what you're saying. The Friend versus Young ranking show is your show that you abandoned. No. Oh, you mean just how I used to have a ranking show with Brian? I really I did not see that show. I don't know how Hiller moderated that, but that would take an incredible moderator to make that interesting. And right when I saw that, I thought the rankings for CrossFit will be done on March 19th for the top 100. Yeah. This is no one is safe with Hiller. He don't give a damn if you're butts. I don't think Hiller has any friends. I don't think friends is I don't think Hiller has any friends. He doesn't operate like that. You know, there's this Taoist saying, if they lie for you, you should know they'll lie to you. And like he's very clear of what he is and what he's capable of, and he stays true to that. So that's I love the Kill Taylor show. I'm so like Friday nights, I'm so fucking happy that on Saturday I just get to go on there and hang out with my friends. I'm so like I've never been more excited to watch people work out. And like for me, friendship and me having fun for me is the most important thing to me. So, and I think everyone knows that who associates with me. Like I'm about friendship and hanging out and having fun. When Sevon claims men are perverts, he's really projecting his own perversions onto all men. Oh, that would be projecting. Example. The Be Friendly Alliance proves he'll use whatever for attention. Not a huge fan of that, but also do your thing. Yeah, do his thing. Trump called the locker room after the gold medal game. Dude, it was that was really cool. That was really cool. Anyway, so that I want to go back to the governor's thing. So you could have two Republicans running for governor of California, which would be crazy. Now here's Gavin Newsom. This is this well, let me say this to you first before I show that. In 1991, I'm going to show you that video of Gavin Newsom in just a second. In 1991, this is the first time Gavin Newsom ever made it in a newspaper. Gavin Newsom's first Chronicle photo op in 1991. That's him second from the left. Gavin Newsom with Paul Moen, Andrew Getty, and Bill Getty posing for Children of the Rich feature that ran in the San Francisco Chronicle on December 12, 1991. The Gettys are beyond rich. The Gettys, for the first 30 years or some shit like that of ESPN was losing fucking hundreds of millions of dollars, and the Gettys floated it as just a personal pet project of one of these brothers. I don't know if it was one of these or one of the brothers or uncles. The Gettys are filthy, beyond rich, oil money. Crazy rich. Let's see. Let me give you a number. How much are the Gettys worth? John Paul Getty currently has in 2015 his wealth was worth $5.4 billion. That's in 2015. They controlled Getty Oil, and they own Texaco. John Paul Getty, who was named the richest American in 1957, was worth $6 billion. They have that museum that has a $7.7 billion trust. That's the giant museum in LA. Everyone knows it. You drive by it. It's a monstrosity. In 1984, they sold Texaco for $10 billion. Crazy money. And that's who Newsom's with the very first time he's in a newspaper in 1991, the Getty Boys. He was selling wine. There he is. Look at him. Damn, he was skinny. Hence probably his drinking problem, right? Okay. Now let's go back to this. This is Newsom. I don't know what you call this. I can't even fucking figure out what's going on. I know this is just a 38-second clip, but here we go.
I'm not,
I'm assuming he's speaking to an all-black audience right now, by the way. I don't know if that's true. Maybe Pat will tell us. I'm assuming he's speaking to an all-black audience.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you.
I'm like you.
I'm no better than you.
I'm no better than you.
I'm a 960 SAT guy. And,
So what is he saying right there? What's he saying right there? God, I really should watch this whole thing. It's kind of fucked to judge him just on this, but it does not look good.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy.
Now, I'm projecting, but what I'm hearing him say is, I'm no better than the black man. I'm just like you. I'm dumb. You're dumb, and I'm like you. You're dumb, and I'm like you. Now vote for me because I'm black adjacent. Yeah.
And, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally.
And this guy's laughing because he's uncomfortable. This guy's uncomfortable as shit.
960 SAT guy. I cannot. You've never
Okay, I agree. He's trying to win their votes, 100%. He's a politician, but what's the mechanism there that he's trying to win their votes? What's he saying to them? What there's like there's something to read into here, right?
seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business.
Now, the high school down the street from my house in Pajaro Valley has a reading proficiency. 27% of the students who graduate there have a reading proficiency that's state level. So you're saying he's trying to win that other 73? He knows that 73% of the people there are basically illiterate, so he's trying to win their vote. He's like, look, I'm like you. I can't read. I'm dumb. You're dumb. Let's just do the dumb thing together.
To be.
Mr. Lange, it's no different than Trump saying, I love poorly educated. He's playing politics, make them feel good, warm, and fuzzy. I get that. What's the appeal to having someone dumber than you or as dumb as you running the country? Trump said, I like the stupid. Gavin said, I am stupid, just like you. It's just so this is so I don't maybe I'm so out of touch. I mean shit, like I told you, I was only gonna tip the guy $10. Maybe I'm so out of touch. You guys are saying it's 20. I don't understand the appeal. Do you remember during 2020s to 2024s? I don't hear this term very much anymore, but there was this term called microaggressions, and there were a list of microaggressions you could do, and it would be anything like you couldn't tell a black person you liked their hair. You couldn't tell a black person like, wow, that was you stated that very clearly, because somehow that was insinuating that fuck, I don't know what it's insinuating. Insinuating that they're not, that most blacks aren't smart. I don't, whatever it was insinuating, there was a whole list. There was fucking like, well, I can't go out anywhere without there being microaggressions. Microaggressions. Do you remember that term? It was crazy. Amen was a microaggression. Is that true? I mean, it was maybe there's a list of microaggressions. Examples of microaggressions. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. God, I have them all the time then. You speak good English. You are so articulate. When I look at you, I don't see color. Yeah, that one's weird. A store owner follows a customer of color around the store. How is that a fucking microaggression? How are you supposed to know if they're following you around the store because of your color or your age or your sex? My best friend is black. As a woman, I know what you go through as a person of color. In class, an instructor tends to call a male student more frequently than female ones. Like, so there's someone there like keeping a tally. Use of the pronoun he or in term of guys to refer to all people. You're a girl, you don't have to be good at math or science. I mean, some of these I get. Like that's just stupid. Myth of meritocracy. Men and women have equal opportunities for achievement. That's a microaggression. That's so gay, no homo. That one I get. You're not a typical gay guy. How is that a fucking microaggression? As if stereotypes and don't exist. If you say to a transgender person, where do you tuck it? I don't see that as a microaggression, but this one's pretty funny. Can I feel your breast? That's a little, I mean, that's just, that has nothing, that's like, you're like, how stupid is that? You're not allowed to say that to someone who's not transgender. You can't walk up to dense updates and be like, hey, can I feel your breasts? I stare at them every day for 10 minutes. Anyway, there's some in their in these people's parlance, there's some microaggression. I sense a microaggression from Gavin Newsom. It's along those lines. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. It's like if it falls under that ilk of that category. Dems don't care about facts, so you can present how Gavin has bankrupted the state and they still won't care. Nice hair, good personality. You've got my vote. Or is it just anything against Trump and the Republicans? Yeah, my shoulder pain still is there. Ouch. Sevon, you need a haircut, dude. You think? Dude, I've made it this far. I'm going farther. I've made it this far. I'm going farther. I'm in full I don't give a fuck mode. I am in full I don't get like I really like not about my toenails or my fingernails, but I with my hair, I'm in full I don't give a fuck mode. Like nah, the hair looks good. I I don't want to be one of those I think it looks good. I don't want to be one of those old guys with like the wispy shitty hair. But, like, my whole like, I just want it to get long enough to where where it's, like, it's still wavy and, like, curly, and I want it to get heavy enough to where it, like, hangs down. Like, right now, it looks because I just get out of the shower and come on the show. Ortega asked me what I put in my hair the other day. I thought that was funny. I never even thought of that. I don't put anything in my hair. I'm washing it more regularly than normal. But I used to deal with my hair like growing up, like I always had a brush in my car and I was always dealing with my hair. And for some reason, I don't know what happened. I just got old. I don't know. But now I don't even care. I mean, hey, and to your point, Franco, one of the parents at the jujitsu said to me the other day, they're like, "Hey, dude, you should do something with your hair." Like basically saying it looks like a rat's nest. I bet it smells like tin fish. No, um, I've been washing it. I've been washing it at least once a week now. What's next, Sevy? Wife beater, flare jeans with cowboy boots? Maybe. Maybe. No, I don't put anything in the hair. No mousse. God, I haven't heard that word mousse. Do you guys remember mousse? It was in the can and now it's just yeah, bold, right? That parent said that to me. Yeah. I think that they said something even crazier than that, to be honest. I think they said, "Hey, your hair could actually look good if you put some product in it or something." I mean, it was like, "Oh, thank you." I don't want to deal with any of that. I don't want to deal with I just wanna have fun. I'm just so relaxed in my life right now. I just want to I'm just so relaxed in my life. Uh, I just had a Japanese head spa, and it was amazing. Japanese head spa. Pat, not that kind of head spa. CrossFat, not that kind of head spa. Not the head spa you go to, Pat. Different kind of head spa. Different kind of head spa, Mr. CrossFat. Okay, Gavin Newsom is dumb, like you guys. Oh, here's another. Here's the celebration in the locker room with the hockey team. Sounds like I'm late to the party. You guys have already seen all this. Here we go. And so, 30% of the country thinks that the American flag is racist, and that like, wow, do they just hate this? Do they hate this? I saw, I don't know if the stats are right. I saw a clip that Bill Maher was saying that what was it? One fourth of females under 30 in the United States are embarrassed to be Americans. That's crazy. What do you think it is, Pat? What do you think it is? What percentage of the what? I'm okay. I'm open. Pat says that's such a bullshit shit statement about the flag. Come on. What percentage of statement? What percentage of the USA thinks American flag is racist? What percentage do you think it is? What percentage? They don't think the flag is racist. They think the person in charge is racist, probably. Of course, when I Google it, it just says 10 here we go. In 2021, according to YouGov.com, 10% of the American public thinks the flag is obnoxious. 7% say it's racist. 6% it's ignorant. Ignorant. What does that mean? Ignorant. Like, how do you call a flag ignorant? 62% say it's patriotic. 53% are proud of the flag. 38% say it's just normal. Well, that's over 100% right there. How does that fucking make sense? Do Americans associate the flag with one political party over the other? 31% of the U.S. adults associate the flag with Republicans. 18% associate it with Democrats. 34% say it's not associated with any. Yeah, it's not associated with any. It's not supposed to. And listen to this. This is the crazy part. Listen to this. Half of Americans associate the Confederate flag with Republicans, even though it was the flag for the Democrats. How fucking crazy is that? That's how fucked up ass backwards our shit got. 68% of Democrats associate the Confederate flag with Republicans. That is wild. That is wild. Yesterday also, 2 days ago. Maybe it was yesterday at 1:20 a.m. Someone can fact check this. Yesterday at 1:20 a.m., another trans, a trans person, a man who thinks he's a woman, walked onto the property at Mar-a-Lago. That's the residence of the President of the United States when he's not at the White House. Walked onto the property with a shotgun and a can of gasoline. Secret Service told him to stand down. He lifted his firearm and he was killed. She was killed. I don't fucking know. Oh, wow. I had a picture and it's been taken down off of the internet. Crazy. Let me see if I can find it. Trans shooter Mar-a-Lago. Uh, should I click on the NPR? There's no way they're going to show the picture. Um, Austin Tucker. Let me see if I can find a picture of Austin Tucker. Austin Tucker trans. Do they pull stuff down off of Twitter? Is Twitter censoring? Wow, I can't find the trans photos of them. Maybe this is the Academy of Poets, Austin Tucker. Trans shooter. That's crazy that it's been wiped. Wow. I can't find it anymore. The opening video from Friday's update show was awesome. Patrick Rios, thank you. Had me thinking Hobart was the special guest. His video with Josh Bridges was a nice watch. Video with Josh Bridges. I didn't see that one. Where is that? Did he go train with Josh? The can of gasoline was a nice touch. What a retard. Because he wasn't trans. Are you sure? The pictures I saw, he sure looked trans to me. Saying I'm reporting fault misinformation? Let's see. Uh, this says fake news. Call it the person in these photos is not Austin Tucker Martin, a 21-year-old North Carolina whose parents reported him missing and who is not trans. Here's what I saw. I stand corrected. Here's what I saw. Austin Tucker, who was shot and killed trying to breach Mar-a-Lago with a gun morning, has been discovered to be trans. And now they're saying that that's not him. The individual in this photo is not the correct suspect. The correct suspect has blonde hair. All right. I stand corrected. Yeah, that's not him, Sevi. Okay, I apologize. Oh shit, this is crazy. That pic you're thinking the pic you're thinking of was from another shooter that was trans from the past. Wow. All right, all right. I stand corrected. Thank you. Stand corrected. God, this guy looks like Eckhart Tolle, a young Eckhart Tolle. This is crazy. Crazy. Do you think Hiller made valid points on the Kill Taylor show, or is he a libtard too? Get your trans shooter straight, Sevi. Hiller could pass as trans. I like the videos with Hiller when he's like standing there and he's all fucking shredded and shit and ripped, and then he pulls on his skin. Because it always looks like when he does that, like I don't know why I make some sort of disconnect. Like that doesn't look like his real skin, almost like he's AI. Like do you guys know what I'm saying? Has anyone else ever felt that? Like he pulls on his skin. It's not something that I've given a lot of thought to, but I have that thought every time I see it. He does it like I don't know. I feel like I see it once a month. He'll do something and he'll pull on his skin like to make some sort of example for something. And I would be like, what? That doesn't even is that AI? Why don't I see Dick Butter comments? You don't see this one? Get your trans shooter straight heavy. Oh, maybe you have to click there's a button up there you have to click see all comments or something. Whenever I click that, it never changes anything for me. I always see the same amount of comments. I don't know. I think it's only if there's a shitload of comments. Nope. I don't know. Does anyone else have problems seeing Dick Butter comments? Oh, you don't see Dick Butter comments either? You don't see that one? That comment was censored in top chat, have to switch to live chat. Clock Cutter, do you remember when someone would freak out if anyone made suggestions for improving Kill Taylor? I have no, I don't remember. I don't remember at all. And what would you mean? How would you define improving? I remember being really excited if people would pay $1,000 a week. I think that would be a great improvement. YouTube is filtering them. No, just blame me. Just blame me. Oh, look. Well, never mind. Top chat was changed. Now I see the dickhead comments. There you go.
I'm a scholar of the far right who has fled the United States to Canada, and
I fled the United States. I fled the United States.
I need help. The situation in Canada is absolutely dire. For Americans who don't know, the housing crisis here is worse than in the United States. I lived in LA for 6 years, and I have not faced rent as bad as here. When my partner, our cat, and our dog fled the United States, we headed north with the goal of being close to where our families are located.
We fled the United States with the goal of being close to our families. What if you fled the United States? What were you fleeing from? Isn't that like? Don't you got to say what you're fleeing from if you fled something? Like, isn't that? And then if you're going to your family, then you're not fleeing. You're going to be close to your family.
Which is on the West Coast. So we are now in British Columbia. More specifically, we are in the Sea to Sky Highway in the Greater Vancouver area. We are attempting to find housing in the western side of this region. My partner and I are here on a visitor visa, which is a 6 months possible stay for Americans. But while you're here on a visitor visa, you can't work.
This lady fled the United States and now she's tripping that she's in Canada because she can't work. God, I feel sorry for Canada. So Canada, this is what you're attracting. This is what you're attracting.
So we are currently surviving off of what savings we could get together before we fled the United States. And that's not terribly much. And in Canada, I think it's actually the cost of living crisis is worse here.
Way worse. Cost of living is high. Their average income is less. Canada is in deep, deep shit.
Especially when you are shut out of the healthcare system, when you can't access any of the resources that Canadians have access to. and that's understandable. You know, I'm not a citizen of the country, but it is making the financial situation dire because we can't work because there are two adults, a cat and a dog.
2 adults, a cat, and a dog.
We are looking for
What kind of fucking idiot is poor and has a cat and a dog? Now she goes on to say, we are looking for
more than a room, but a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, for free or below market rates.
I've fled the United States. Right there, that should be a red flag to you. The most prosperous country in the world with the most abundance of goods, the best weather, the greatest opportunity, the endless just money flowing around fucking everywhere, help food in every dumpster. You fled, you went to Canada, completely unhospitable environment. No one could possibly fucking live in unless you have the heat cranked 9 months of the year. And you go with your cat and your dog, and I assume your girlfriend. And now you're asking people in Canada, "Hey, I'm looking for a place to stay that's free." She's in Pat Lange says Canada average rent is $2K a month. She's in British Columbia, dude. It's really, really bad there. Manhattan level shit going on. I was last night after I saw this, I typed into Google couple searches. I did housing crisis in Canada, and boy, and how they're going to try to fix it is going to just make it worse. But I typed in that, and I typed in just the cost of living in Canada. Their productivity is so down. They're not doing anything there. They're out of the G7 nations. They're the least productive nation. Canada's in fucking trouble. Fleeing implies we want to keep you, or like she was running from some. And I'm projecting onto her, but the boogeyman, right? You made up some sort of story in your head that there's something here that's going to get you, and there's not. It's like, when a little kid jumps off his bed and runs to the parents' room because he thinks there's a monster under the bed, but there's not. That's like, imagine living your life like that's your day-to-day life. Yeah, there's plenty of places where anyone in the United States can move and feel safe and it be affordable. Just because you want to stay in the most expensive area in the world doesn't mean that the entire country's unaffordable. I think did she say she was from Southern California, LA? Yeah, it's crazy. Quality of life is horrible, and cost of living is through the roof. Looks like you're gonna have to eat more carpet to stay afloat. Oh, that's good. I get it. Like she's a lesbian and she eats pussy, and she's gonna have to sleep on the carpet on the ground in someone's place. That's good. Good, like that. Jeremy, maybe Sevon will roll up and see. Maybe if you just wrote what I needed to see again, I would have seen it. Canadian mortgages are only fixed for the first 5 years. It's hilarious. That's fucking true? You can't get a loan in Canada with a fixed rate, a 30-year fixed rate? Is that fucking true? No 30-year loan in Canada fixed? That cannot be true. Of late 2024, 30-year amortization fixed payment mortgages are available in Canada for specific buyers, but they differ significantly from the 30-year fixed rate U.S. model. These Canadian options usually feature 5-year terms requiring renewal rather than 30-year fixed rate. So for people who don't know what this is referencing, basically the way it works, and this is generally speaking in the United States, is you buy a house, right? You put 20% down. So let's say you take a $500,000 loan out, and you get a loan, and it's 5% a year. And it stays 5% for the whole 30 years of the loan. So if interest rates go up, you're not fucked. Because if they go up to 8%, you might be fucked. You might default on your mortgage and lose your house. So you can't plan. That is crazy. They are not 30-year fixed rates. The interest rates typically reset every 3 to 5 or 7 years, meaning the rate is only fixed for that term, not the full 30 years. Why not 30-year fixed? Canadian banks hold mortgages on their balance sheets, matching them with shorter-term deposits, making 30-year fixed-rate loans too risky. Wow. Hey, whoever told me that CrossFit is there a max where it could? Is there a max of how high it could go? Sevi, I was making a comment about changing Kill Taylor to anger you. Taylor should be doing last week's workout, then callers should be doing the following workout on the same show. Flows better. Oh, flows better. Flows better. Sevi about to fuck up easy math. For who? For who does it flow better? For the viewer? You want that instant gratification of them doing the workout and him doing the workout on the same show? Me too. That would be fucking awesome. Do I like the show any less? No. A matter of fact, I feel even better. I feel even better not doing it because first of all, when he doesn't do it first, I think I've noticed more people calling in, and I like that because then they're not intimidated by the fact that he did it, and so only the people are going to call in who can think that they have a chance at winning. And you know what I would really like to do? You know what I'd really like to do? If my opinion, I would like it if we could get $5,000 a week. If we could get $5,000 a week, and I could pay Taylor $1,000 of that, and then the $4,000 we could go to adding to the pot, then I could feel more justified asking him to do it every week. But he did it for 52 weeks in a row, más o menos. And that's a crazy heavy lift. That's a crazy heavy lift. And so I'm pretty happy. I'm more than pretty happy. God, I love the show so much. I love doing the show. I love that I get to see Susan in that environment, and Taylor and Caleb. I love Pool Boys intros are dope. I like how it gives us I love the last week's show. I loved it because it just gave us time to talk about a bunch of other shit. The way it was before was great. Oh, dude, it was so great before. I agree. The people calling in that don't get much of an advantage seeing Taylor go first. It's an hour show. They can't game it. No, I'm not saying, well, here's how they can game it, Pat. How they can game it is that they just don't call in. They're like, fuck, I have no chance. But I'm not even worried about any of that. I'm not worried about the views or the gaming. Here's the main thing I'm excited about. I'm excited about just hanging out with my friends. And if you don't want to hang out with that group of people and have that discussion, I get it. I'm not forcing I'm not forcing anyone to watch it. I mean, hold on one second, Mike. How cool was it? Listen to this. Listen, just bear with me here. I don't remember what week it was, but there was a week where I think James did the workout. I can't remember. I think it was James. I don't know. Bear with me here. And that Friday night, Taylor called me and said, "Hey, I'm in the hospital with Lizzie. I've been here all day." And I was like, damn. Is everything okay? And he says, no, I don't think so. So I give Taylor space. I think I text him the next day and check in on him. And then on Sunday, I call him So Saturday morning, I think he says, "Hey," or Friday night, I can't remember, but he basically says, "Hey, dude, I can't do Kill Taylor." I'm like, I'm like, dude, totally fine. Like, I don't even. I'm like, to tell you the truth, as much as I like doing the show, I'm like, okay, cool, it's fine. I'm like, what's it like? That's cool. Take care of yourself. Like, not even like I don't care. I'm so thankful that I'm so fucking grateful that he does the show. Whole show's on one guy's fucking back. And so Sunday, I talked to him and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm burying my baby in my backyard." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm burying my baby in my fucking backyard." And a few days later, I don't remember if it was like 4 days later or 8 days later, he comes on the show. I think we missed the next week too. I think your kid dies and you have to take him home from the hospital, your dead kid, and you put him in the trunk and you bury him in your front yard and put 5 cherry trees on him and you go to Home Depot and he misses 2 weeks. And like I don't expect the viewer to have any compassion or understanding for that. I'm not like like what do you give a fuck? You don't know him. Like just work out, you fucking monkey. I totally get that. I totally get that. But for me, I'm like, wow. And so he comes on the show and he tells the entire fucking story. Here's this guy who's so fucking dynamic. And he comes on and tells the most real. I don't know. You guys tell me. Have you heard a more real show than that on this channel or any channel in the CrossFit space in the last 5 years? Maybe second to that show was the day Lazar died and we did a show live from Madison. That show was pretty fucking intense too. He does the most real show, and we missed 2 weeks of fucking Kill Taylor, and I don't feel any pressure. I can be completely present for him. He doesn't feel any pressure. Oh, I don't know. I can't speak for him. He can be completely present with his wife and mourning the loss of his child. That week, fucking Tyson Bagent calls me and says, "Holy shit, can I get Taylor's number?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? Everything good?" And he goes, "Yeah, I just spent 30 minutes crying in my car listening to that episode where Taylor talked about his kid." And then it was back on the horse. I think that may have been you probably know better than me, Clock Cutter, since you think I don't you remember me throwing a temper tantrum about taking feedback from Kill Taylor. By the way, I don't think you guys have ever seen me throw a temper tantrum. You should know that any temper tantrum that I throw on this channel is 99% it's a bit, except for maybe when Dave got fired 4 years ago. Maybe that wasn't a bit. I've told you since the beginning, it's all bits. I'm as fake as a $3 bill. But I think that was the first week. I think that was the first week that we split the show up where he did a workout on a separate day to defend the money. I think that was the catalyst for that. And so the show's been like that since. And to be honest with you, I prefer it. And if someone doesn't prefer it and someone makes a video about not preferring it, then of course all the comments are going to curate those people. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, dude, what's up?
Thanks for coughing. I forgot you were there.
Yeah, it was just a little hint. I hate to. I'm trying to clarify the comment I made earlier to Mike again.
Oh, please.
Um, like you were just saying, I love that Taylor does the workout second. It's way better that way. But what my comment was suggesting was Taylor does workout week one, or yeah, you guys release a workout, and then Taylor does it on week two, which is after all the callers. But then you also have him release a workout for new callers for the following week, because I think right now isn't he working out every other week?
Yeah, he's working out every other week right now. Hey,
yeah. So I mean,
hey, dude, every idea that's been thrown out there is great, but every idea that's been thrown out there is great. There's a sustainability factor. There's a getting the sponsors
100%.
factor. There's the I don't think
I mean, you also run into the issue with what I just suggested.
It's like, have you ever gone to bed? Do you have a wife? Do you have a wife?
No, I'm 26 and single.
Oh. Well, there's some nights you want to fuck, but you got to go to bed early.
Yep.
And you're just managing everything.
Yeah.
And so let me ask you this. Sorry to interrupt. Let me ask you this. What if he worked out every show against the callers, but it was every other week instead of every week?
So straight up every other week, and you're still having him go second?
Whatever. I don't even care. My whole thing, and I haven't spoken with Taylor about this in depth. My whole thing is I'm not interested in pressuring him to work out every week, because it's a fucking it's a fucking
you don't want him
lot.
to fucking.
He has a house, he has a business, he has employees, he's a coach, he's a husband. He's got like so much fucking going on. I'm not interested in, I don't care like what other people, I'm only interested in my buddy Taylor. Like, I'm not interested
I'm suggesting out of selfishness for the show.
Okay, go on then.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying out of selfishness.
What would you prefer? Would you prefer the show be let me ask you this. If these were the choices, would you prefer that the show was every Saturday, or would you prefer the show and he only worked out every other Saturday, and the other Saturday was letting, the viewers do the workout? Or would you rather have it be all in one show and it's every other week?
All in one show.
I'd
rather see him as much as possible, personally, because he's a great guy. He's got
too. That's how I am.
But I don't want him to be like, hey, fuck this, we're doing this too much. Like, I got shit to do.
Well, it's. I mean, just think. Like, this is such an easy format to replicate. So easy. Yeah. And it could be done. Let's say, and there's a reason why people aren't doing it. And I've said it a million times before. And he hasn't expressed this to me. I'm projecting onto him. He's never shown any weakness but he's putting his shit on the line every week to go fucking. Basically, like, every weekend was the open for him.
Yeah, nobody has the balls to go up against him.
With the whole fucking world watching. Or, hey, why doesn't someone, like, hey, pick your favorite athlete. I don't care. I don't want to say any names. Just, who's your favorite athlete?
Colton Mertens, because I'm short like him.
Okay. So I don't mean to pick on Colton, but how about we ask Colton to do this every week for free? I mean,
yeah, it's crazy.
And Colton's actually a bad example, because he probably has the humility and the right mix of humility and arrogance to do it, but it's fucking crazy. And so, like, when there's comments mixed in with it's not fair and the workouts are boring and it's too set up for him,
who gives a shit if it's fair?
I'm just like, I tune all that out with like, hey, none of what you're saying is wrong.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. It's like, who gives a shit if it's fair? I just want to have.
It just doesn't matter. That's not the just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to hold you. I was just making a selfish suggestion.
Yeah,
which I love.
Hey, me too. Hey, dude, I want to. in a perfect world, it's $5,000 a week, and Taylor always gets $2,500, and or $10,000 a week, and Taylor always gets $5,000, and it's just like, and it's a 2-hour show. We let people call in for 90 minutes. I mean, that would
We'll
be,
get there when we're on Netflix.
yeah. There you go.
All right. See you later.
Okay, bye. All right. I love the show. I wouldn't change anything. It's a Sentinel marketing shtick. It's not for free. God, you're so fucking retarded. You're so retarded. You are so stupid. Clock Cutter for free. Taylor built Sentinel off of Kill Taylor. Jesus, you guys are so stupid. So now you're holding it against him because he's leveraging Kill Taylor as an opportunity to get in front of people. He took advantage of all of that after we did the show. And hey, and the argument against that is that he doesn't portray himself well on the show and that he actually drives people away. It's just I'll tell you who's taking advantage of the show and marketing themselves. Fucking Pool Boy, that piece of shit. I mean, come on, man. You're just grasping. He is doing it for free. I'm not holding it against him. I'm holding it against you for saying he's doing it for free. He's doing it for free. Hey, he's doing it for free. The fact that he's benefiting from it isn't you're making it sound like that's why he's doing it. He'd be doing it anyway. If he wanted it to just be marketing for Sentinel, you fucking dipshit, he fucking wouldn't be swearing on the show, showing his butthole, putting dildos in his mouth, letting Pool Boy do the gluck, 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 gluck thing. You just find an angle wherever you are. Speaking of projecting, Clock Cutter, that's you projecting. You see, you view the world as, you and Banana Dance Man view the world as completely transactional. All right. Great conversation. Thank you, Clock Cutter. Thank you, Mike. You can watch Andrew and Taylor have it out today on the show. Maybe Taylor will announce a new format. Not you, Clock Cutter. Not you, Banana Dance Man. Not any of you have anything like that in your life. You have no parallel. You have nothing analogous to what Kill Taylor is to Taylor in his life. And so you're grasping at straws to just project shit. Mr. Seth, I'd be way more hyped if every 6 months you had an 8-week season. It's 2 available week over week to watch. I don't feel like I'm missing out or need to make it a priority to view. Wow, good. That's a good idea. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Hey, and you know what else is really cool about that is I want to add a second CrossFit Games update show, with a different cast of characters, and maybe Saturday mornings is the day to do that. A Friday night show and then a Saturday morning show. God, it would be tough to get content for that and fill that in when Kill Taylor's not going. God, that might be really cool. That's a great idea. Stevan, how come you have not been on the 17-mile drive in Monterey? It is at your doorstep. Dipshit. I'm just a dipshit. I know. Crazy. Dude, I cannot stand leaving my house, but I would probably do it. Like, I would do anything with my son, so I should probably just take him on that ride. How about not give a shit what Hiller says and these idiots say about the Kill Taylor show? The thing is this, I agree with you 100%, Miss Olivia. The thing is this, is when there's things put out there as truth that aren't true, And so then so you could feel misunderstood, and so you almost feel obligated to respond. You know, I was thinking about when I was talking to you guys about Tia just now, I was thinking about how she never, ever, ever, she's completely blocked Hiller out of her life, and it hasn't affected her at all. She's like completely put Hiller in timeout. And she's the most, you know, famous, marketable, active CrossFit athlete in the world. And never gave him not even a tiny bit of energy. And you know, I've had many, I shouldn't say many, more than 3 people say that they'll never come on my show because of my friendship with Hiller. And you know what I told those people? Fine, fuck you. And that's that. Viewership is down. The shitter. That's why. Yeah, that's probably why Hiller is desperately grasping at things like Brian Friend, because his viewership is down the shitter, and that is the only thing that matters to him. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later.